let's switch it over to another controversial topic. I'm
Oh
sure
fuck yeah, let's
yeah, here we
go.
go. Here we go.
This is
um,
the show where we lose everyone. This is the
yeah, this is
show, the
it right here.
beginning of the
Or,
end.
or we gain everyone because we actually are the people that show nuance and can be
Yes.
fair. Because I think
So-
most people are like us. It's just no one's talking about it. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, even-minded people.
I guess unless you're living under a rock, the Jason universe has been fully, vocal lately with their projects. With Sweet Revenge. It's just weird. That's what it is. And now they're like Nick posted on X. Now they're propping, and I can share this tab. I can share this tab right here just to show you guys. Yeah, they're propping that. Jason Universe has announced a collaboration with U2's for the release of the Jason Voorhees vinyl collectible on August 26th. We don't have a full-length movie. Crystal Lake's not even out yet, but we're pushing toys. And by the way, guys, last I checked, Jason Voorhees has plenty of merchandise out there. He's had merchandise for the past, forever. And now we're acting like this is, oh my God, that we can finally get something Jason related. So I don't, and I sound like I'm getting angry because it is annoying, but I just don't understand this marketing push. It feels really lazy to me. And I'm not even talking about Sweet Revenge, which I was fair to the movie, the short. You know what? Let's do that first. Let's segue into Sweet Revenge, and then we're going to jump back over to Larry Zerner. Okay, the Shelley, who is an actual lawyer. But let's quickly give our thoughts on Sweet Revenge. I'll start. I'll say, hell of a cool idea, in my opinion, what they were trying to do, which pissed me off even more because I want that movie. Can I have that movie where somebody actually comes out of Jason's lake and they happen to be undead? And why haven't we done this before? I mean, the closest we had was, Tina having the telekinesis powers, but that was pretty damn cool, actually. But there was just no character development at all. It was just an idea. Let's throw that idea like a hand grenade into the middle of a 13-minute something with characters that we to their benefit, to be fair, we haven't had time to really get to know any of them. They show up and then boom, they're dead. So it's a pointless endeavor. It feels like they're trying to I don't know, get people excited for merchandise. And I think it's so confusing because I can't remember a time where a franchise has taken this approach ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I mean, I'll pass it to you, Nick. How are you feeling about Sweet Revenge? And does it really even if you liked Sweet Revenge, are you still kind of like annoyed?
So I actually, man, I don't know. Maybe you guys will be disappointed in me. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm going to be
too
honest.
long.
That's insane.
Well, it's more on principle. For me personally, is just like, I know that this is simply just to rile up the fans, try to get Jason back into the conversation, try to make some money in the intermediary. It's hollow. And then furthermore, what I did catch of it, I did see some of it. I just wasn't a fan, man. I don't like the way Jason looks. I don't. God, how many fucking like apples are we? I mean, it was just like, I swear to God, dude. Like, it was so. We were talking about like bludgeoning you with something. Like, this is an Angry Orchard sponsored vignette. Yeah, no shit.
I'm surprised they didn't have Jason juggling apples at one point.
Honestly, seriously, but it's just so. I haven't been a fan of this whole Jason universe thing. I've made no bone or secret about that online, but to see what Vincent DeSantis said over the weekend about how he had talked to people after the premiere, I believe, and they had essentially told him, "Oh yeah, like we don't have a game like actually moving along right now. We don't have a movie actually moving along right now. These are just things that we hope for." And it's just like, I wish some people with bigger platforms than mine would actually like say it for what it is, because like this is bullshit. And there are certain fans that are like still choosing to be optimistic and choosing to be like, well, now hold on, guys. Like, we need to give them business of the doubt, give them time. No, you don't.
No.
Because all they're doing to you is taking your money and wasting your time. Because if you hooked them up to a fucking lie detector test, they would not be able to tell you the truth. Like, truthfully, yes, we have something coming. Like, we are making a movie. We're doing this. If they said that, they'd be lying, because there isn't actually anything in the works right now. But they know that Friday the 13th fans are so starved for Friday the 13th material that they will buy this shit and they will retweet this shit and they will and they'll make videos.
They're making money
shit.
Somehow.
Exactly.
That's what's going on.
It's keeping Jason relevant without actually trying to pay that off for the fans. And that's bullshit. So whatever, maybe people get mad at me. Like, Horror Inc., fuck you. Victor Miller, fuck you. Like, fuck all of you. Sean S. Cunningham is the one in that equation that actually had love for the franchise and the character of Jason and the fan base. And if had this not been a long-running fight that's now been split up into God knows what, even when people clarified, it's like, yeah, but still, really, do we fucking know? We don't know. But even that being the case, right now, it is essentially just like the fans are up shit creek without a paddle, and these rich motherfuckers do not care. So honestly, like, I don't care. I don't care. Announce your Funko Pops and announce your cans of Angry Orchard and announce this shit. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying it, because I can tell you on principle, if this shit happened to the Halloween franchise during that 9-year period between Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Halloween 2018, I'd have been fucking pissed. And I'd have been making videos about how fucking pissed I was. But in that almost 10-year stretch, Lee, I know you remember it, being a diehard Halloween fan from the beginning. They were trying to get movies off the ground. There were scripts. They were about to start shooting multiple times on different movies. Like, they were actually trying. Jason Universe is not fucking trying, and I'm done.
They're not trying. And to have the balls to show up to Comic-Con.
No,
they might as well have showed up with sweats on and shoes that light up in the back that said "wanna fuck," because there's nothing that they're showing. They don't have like a PowerPoint presentation.
No.
They don't have like what at least what Marvel does is they have a timeline of this. We got this property coming out this month. 6 months later, we got this. They had nothing. All they had was, it's in the works.
Hold on.
Somehow Palpatine survived. That's all
exactly. There's somebody in the chat right now saying that like, oh, LOL, he's talking passionately about Jason, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm not even a diehard Friday the 13th fan.
This has nothing to do with
you. Don't know me, so I'll let you know that right from the jump.
Passionate about things that aren't important. This is
about treating the fans like
exactly.
This
is about the fan base. That's what this is about. I am frustrated for people like my friend Christian, who adores Jason and Friday the 13th and keeps getting bent over a barrel by these motherfuckers that don't give a shit about him. That's what I'm upset about, because I care about the people that love this character and this franchise. And I'm sick and tired of us thinking that we are beholden to them, because we're not. If we don't give them money, they don't make shit and they go away. So,
And
the title of this clip will be called "The Gloves Are Off." So.
YouTube is where we get passionate about things that don't matter or aren't important, or rather relatively inconsequential. So seeking God's will. I don't know. You came to the wrong place if you don't want to hear people talk passionately about nerdy shit.
Yeah, right.
That's what we're doing here. We should have all just answered the question when Lee proposed it. We should have just been like, nah, whatever. All right, next topic, guys. So today,
gripping cinema. Yeah, I mean, the Jason universe is one of those things where it's like I feel like I'm like right in the middle on this sweet revenge thing. I'm like, whatever. It's not like, if this is all we get, if that's all we get until we get a movie or whatever, then it's completely pointless, because it ends on this like there's no resolution. So if we don't get another follow-up and we don't get some sort of like real answer or an actual showdown between Eve and Jason, then it's like
there's no showdown. They just
So
guess what you could have seen, but we were too fucking lazy to give it to you.
And they found a way. They found a way to make a guy that's 6'6" look small, because
they achieved a goal that I didn't think was achievable. Making a monster-looking motherfucker look like I don't know,
like he's built like me. Like he's built like me.
Yeah. He looks scrawny armed, and it's just because that mask, even when Vin was wearing the mask on his post on Instagram, it goes well past his hair. And it's this mask is so big that the toy that you showed up or that you showed on the screen, Lee,
Yeah.
I wanted to pull out a Jaws line and be like, those proportions are correct. Because that's exactly how Jason looks in this friggin' movie. And there's like one good gore shot that I liked. And I thought the music was trying its best to do the Harry Manfredini thing, which I got some pleasure out of the music there. But yeah, this is just rotten to the core. And yes, that's an Apple pun, because this is just I don't understand it. I'm a big, like, Jason is my number 2. Michael's my boy. Jason's easily my number 2. I love the Friday the 13th franchise. Over the last couple years, I've become friends with Vincent DeSanti. Like, my brother worked on Never Hike Alone 2. I set them up together. I've worked at booths with Vin and gotten to interview him, and I've gotten to know the guy. And I'm like, look, this is I don't stand to benefit from propping him or Womp Stomp Films up. I just genuinely do it because I believe in what he does, the ideas that he shared with me in our personal conversations that I haven't heard him talk about in public. Like, the guy, you could have given Vin $1 million and he would have made a way better commercial.
Yeah.
He gave me his idea for his commercial, and I was like, that sounds awesome. Maybe it wouldn't be 13 minutes long. Let's stop obsessing over everything being 13, the holes in the mask, the length of the whatever. Just make something good. That's never been a thing before. The 13s, they've never been like, ooh, all the runtime of the movies has to be divisible by 13. Like, stop it. You guys, your eyes are not on the prize. Your eyes are on a bunch of bullshit and tchotchkes and stuff that no one ever asked for. And I get it. It belongs to them. It's their baby now. You don't need to hand over the keys to Vin, although I would totally take that. But he is a very valuable asset. He is like he knows what we want collectively as fans. Maybe not every individual fan, but he's got his ear to the ground of what we all want, these people in the chat. And he would be able to translate that in a way where if they could just use some of his ideas, get his perspective on things, just let him in the room, allow him to be a creative consultant or a producer, whatever the heck you want to call it. Like, he could be so valuable to these people, and they refuse to do it. And I don't know if it's sour grapes or whatever the hell it is, sour apples. But it just blows my mind. And then it cracks me up because I do see people in the comments that are like, Vincent DeSanti's such a crying little baby. He's never going to get a movie because he makes shit movies. And I'm like, dude.
I was just going to say, Never Hike Alone 2 is my opinion, Never Hike Alone 2 is a bona fide Friday the 13th movie with Tom Matthews. But I think that movie is probably better than a lot of the Friday the 13th movies. And I know that's a tall order for some people, but I just think that's the quality of a filmmaker that he is. So,
JB said that this is their baby now. And I just want to simply say, and I'm a parent. You're not supposed to shake your fucking baby. Okay. Because that's what they're doing. They're shaking the fucking baby. And it's like, no, stop.
Yeah,
they don't. It's Mike P. Nelson. I mean, he's a director. He's getting a job. He's getting a paycheck. I understand that. It's the parent, the people that own the property that are just pissing it away. That's what they're really giving it a bad name. If I'm being honest,
And if they really don't, if what Vin said is like, I trust him, but if he really found out that they don't have any plans for a movie or whatever, then they straight up lied at Comic-Con because they said that it's in the works. So
as soon as they said that, though, I was like, bullshit.
Same, man. I got shit. I got shit for it because I talked about it the next day on my YouTube channel. I made a video and there were some people like, well, you don't know, like, you can't assume. And I'm like, it just seems so disingenuous. Like, it was so vague and so like,
it's Comic-Con. That's where you want to unload all your goodies. Like, okay, I have an actual date. We are in pre-production right now. Here's an actor for you. Here's an actual like storyboard that we got planned. Nothing, zero, nada.
They couldn't even bring a screen used mask. They brought that weird.
Oh my god, they brought like
clean looking mask.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell? Did you guys just carve this out of like a piece of wood, like right before it? What the hell is this? Yeah, it didn't look like the mask that was in the short at all. It was that was bizarre.
Oh, bullshit, all of it.
Yeah. Okay. And again, just to bring it back to Halloween, because we always talk about Halloween and we did a little bit earlier. Thank fuck that Malik Akkad is like the absolute antithesis of these people. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, I'm just so happy that that guy cares about the fans. And yeah, you can say that he sees the money that he can make and all that stuff. Well, that's all well and good. They're making money off us either way. They could at least appreciate us, at least look at me when you're gonna F me. You know what I mean? Like, just look me in the eye.
What does Cartman say? Put some lipstick on me because I like to look pretty when I get fucked. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like with the Jason Universe people, you're F'd in the A with no L. And the L could be lube or love. Either one hurts.
Okay, switching it over to Shelley, Larry Zerner, attorney, because I saw a lot of people posting this because it is kind of a clusterfuck in terms of the rights, but it's not as much of a clusterfuck as you might think it is. So you got Larry Zerner here saying, no, to my knowledge, all the rights are now jointly owned by Jason Universe, with the exception of the Friday the 13th title, which is owned by New Line. Sean is not involved. It's the Barsemians. So I'm thinking Sean sold the rights to the Barsemians and Victor Miller and Victor's lawyer. So yeah, that's not that this matters because, the Jason Universe, they own the brunt of this whole thing. They're the ones with the power to make a movie, and all they got to do is not use the title Friday the 13th or come to an agreement for Friday the 13th. But we're not at not at nothing. There's no pre-production, They're just kind of, I don't know. You know what? I hope they see this. I really do. And I mean that in a positive manner because, we've all made mistakes. We've all dropped the baby. We've all fucked up. But you get back up and, you see something like this and you say to yourself, you know what? Fuck it. Today's a new day.
I never dropped.
Here's a new Jason movie. Let's get this fucker going. Pick up the phone. Call who you got to call. But put it in motion, man. Put it in motion. And maybe they are. I hope to God they are. But they're not looking good right now.
They're not. Yeah. They're fucking not. And you said it. I hope they're watching this. And I gave the middle finger to the fucking camera. And I want them to see it. And they're gonna be like, nobody gives a shit about you. You're a nobody. You're right. In the grand scheme of things, I am a nobody. But guess what? So are you, motherfuckers. Or you will be soon. So long as you keep this shit going. Because eventually everyone's gonna wise up to it. No one's gonna buy your stupid fucking butt plugs or whatever the fuck the next thing is that you're rolling out. This is bullshit, man.
And by the way, guys, if you don't know Nick is like the fairest guy I know. He's not the guy that says, okay, now I'm going to explode for clicks. No.
I'm not cynical. I'm not cynical. Like I'm
not at all.
And
genuinely passionate.
And it's that this whole thing with the rights, I talked about this last night. Because I cover the news as it comes out, and I clip out the section when I cover the news on the channel. So I clipped out this news story and I posted it there on Twitter, and I tagged Larry Zerner. I tagged at Real Sean Hunt, who's the guy that made the graphic. He makes a bunch of really funny shit on Twitter. And I tagged the Jason Universe in the picture just in hopes that they, it's just like, hey, just so you guys know, people are wondering about this stuff and trying to get some clarification. It seems like Larry's trying to provide the most clarification he can. But yeah, I think we're going to be years down the road before we really know what's going on. Now, last week, there was a news story that I covered on Bloody Disgusting that essentially it confirmed that the Jason Universe people and A24 Peacock are going to play nice with each other. So they, it sounds like we're going to go from the Crystal Lake TV show and move into adult Jason, and that they're going to allow each other to sort of use one another's, or play in the same sandbox, essentially. At least right now, that's what they're saying. But yes, it's not very clear when the rights are split up. It is it all remains to be seen.
Well, hello there. You just watched an outrageous clip from the Hit the Bricks podcast. I really hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more clips, you can click here or you can click here. And you can just have yourself a ball, all right? And also follow the Hit the Bricks podcast on Spotify as well. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.